Hello everybody, good afternoon. And as promised last night during the craft along, I said that I would come online today and let's do a card together. So I don't know if anybody will actually be joining me or not, and if not, you can catch the replay, that's fine. If you are joining me, please feel free to comment so that I know you are here, and if you have any questions I can answer them for you. Anyways, I'll just give it a minute, not maybe even a minute, but just a little bit of time in case anybody is coming on, and then we can get started together. So I will show you some of the tools that I have. Just change the picture here. So what I'm going to be using today will be my trimmer, my Wink Stella for some bling, some of my blends, glue, the blocks, a stamp set of your choice, and a piece of white cardstock, a colored cardstock, and a piece of DSP. So anyway, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Just move some of my things. Oh yes, and of course, some ink. Move things out of the way here though, so that we can just make this card. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but it is a fun one. I know I have done it a couple times in classes, and everybody seems to have enjoyed it. At the end of the video, I will leave the measurements and everything down so that you can see them. So, alrighty. First thing I'm going to do is with my Highland Heather that I've chosen to use today, and my cutting tool, is I'm going to cut my Highland Heather, putting it in portrait form. I'm going to cut it at 5.5, and it's 5.5 by 11. I'm going to open up my ruler here, turn it this way, and do some scoring. So the first score is going to be at 1 3/4 inches. Oops, get this out of the way. There. Turn that over. Okay, 1 3/4. And 3.5. 5 3/16, which is at the 5, and then I've just counted over basically one little one, one bigger one, and the next one. If you don't have a scoring tool, this is a cutting and scoring tool actually. This is a very good thing to have in your stash of things. And the last one is 6 7/8. 6 7/8 right over to there. At the moment I don't see anybody on, so I'm going to try and pick this up so that you can see where I'm cutting. There, 6 7/8. Don't know if that helps or not. Anyway, okay, that one I'm going to just put aside for a moment. And while I'm at it, I'm going to bring in this piece of cardstock. This is cut at 3, which is already at 3 by 6. Don't need that. And then I'm going to move it over and score it at 3 inches. There, I'll put that aside. Pull this down here. I'm doing all my cutting at one time. It just makes things easier. Bring in my piece of white cardstock, and I need 2 pieces at 2 3/4 inches. Put that over to the side for a moment too. Yeah, okay, so another one here, 2 3/4, and one more 2 3/4. now I'm going to bring in my DSP, and this one is a retired page, but it's a good way to use up scraps. But this one I like because I like both of the sides that I could use on this one. So for my lines, the column ones, I need 3 pieces of the same, and they are 1.5. Let me double check that. 1.5, yes. Do that. I'm just going to cut 2 like that at the moment here. 1.5, whoops. And then because I need 3 and I have 2 strips, I'm going to cut them at 5.25. And 1 more. Okay, that's 2, and I need 1 more. Just want to check something on my phone for a second here. Just want to make sure. Oh, okay, that's what I wondered. I didn't see any of the comments coming through, but hi, Marianne. Glad to have you with me here. Don't know if you're actually doing this, but I just thought I'd check my phone because no comments were coming up, and I thought, oh, here we go again. So at least I'll keep my phone kind of handy, so if the comments aren't working on the side here, I will at least see that they are working on my phone. Okay, so there's those 3 strips. Then I'm going to actually bring it in on this side, and this one I need cut at 2 3/4, nope, not sorry, at 3 3/4, that's right, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Like I said before, I will put these measurements at the end of the video. And I need 1 more piece of this one, and it'll be cut, I'm going to do it this way, 2 3/4, same as the white, 2 3/4, that over there, by 2 3/4. Okay, I think now I have all of my pieces. So let's bring this back in, and I'm going to start to fold it. So as you see, I just flipped it over because my score lines, you can see, are on this side. So the larger piece, I'm going to hold that down. Well, it's all large, but the larger piece of the score lined area. I'm going to, oh, forgot, I want to bring in my bone folder tube. Burnish it down as I fold them. So one's that way, and then you'll see, I don't know if you might not be able to see it on there, but on your page there's all these score lines, so I'm going to fold them back, goes that way, and back that way. So it looks like a little accordion. Also going to just, while I'm folding, bringing in my 3x6, I'm going to fold that one as well. I know, Marianne, you were in the class or 2 that we did this one, so it's not new to you, but it's always a fun one to do. Okay, first, oh, here there. I'm going to go ahead and just glue these ones down. So if I want, I can just open it up, and they're going to get glued onto the first 3 little folds like that. another cold day out there today. Be nice if spring actually would just come and leave winter behind now. Winter had its chance to be here. Now it's time for spring. Okay, so this one here is going to go down like this. And then this one here. I know this might not be a good time of the day for people to actually come on and craft, but it works out for me today like this, so that's what I'm doing. This is such a fun fold to do. Not a difficult one, but I always like the results. You can use a variety of stamp sets with it as well, which is nice, and the DSP as well. Just kind of mix and match and see what you come up with. I'll show you a couple of other stamp sets I used at the end here. Okay, so those ones are there. So this one here, I think I'm going to go like that. I could go like that as well. Oops, upside down. I could go like that as well, but I'm going to do it this way today, just for something different. Interesting, I'm wondering why the comments don't always work, because I haven't done anything different today than I did last night. Last night it was fine, today it's not. A little bit frustrating in a way to have to keep watching my phone to see if anybody's commenting, but nobody seems to be commenting, so we're good. Okay, so as you can see, it'll open up like that so far. Now this one here, you're going to be opening it up backwards, not like a regular card up this way, but you're doing it this way. And you can actually go right ahead and even glue it down now, which I think is what I will do for the time being. So what I'm going to do is just kind of place it like this, maybe down just a little bit even. I'm going to hold on to this and put just a little bit of glue onto the far right side, not a big area because you don't want it to go past and mess up this part. But then you're going to just fold it down and hold it there. Let that glue take effect, hold on to it, flip it, and open it, and do the same thing on the other side. Let's put a bit of glue there. Now make sure that you have all of your folds, all of these folds folded, okay, before you do anything. You want to have it opened up like this, but all those folds are folded. I made the mistake the other day of catching the wrong fold, and I put it in the middle, and then I had to put, it was a disaster. But I fixed it. I was able to just put more paper on top of the ones that I had glued, so it did work. But just be kind of careful like of that. So then now when you open it, there you go. I'm not sure if this is called a Z fold, or I can't remember the name of it offhand. Okay, now I'm just going to leave that. Oh, actually no, I'm going to bring in my piece of DSP that I had cut, my 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And so now that you've got that together, just open it up, and this is going to get glued onto there. If you want it to use that side, you can do that. I'm going to use this side though. Put some of my Tombow on it. There we go. There, so most of your pieces are now glued down. So now I'm going to set that aside and bring in these pieces. Just have to move a couple things here. So I've been tending to use my Easter Bunny one from a couple of years ago. It's because maybe it was just last year even, just because it's kind of cute. And this is the little bunny that I like to use on it. Put that one aside for a moment. Bring in my memento. Ink him up. Just stamp that bunny down there. There he is. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the carrot. You could bring in the Easter eggs too, they're kind of cute as well, but I'm just going to do the carrot. Oops. Don't want to have black on my finger and get all over everything here. Give that little carrot a stamp. And I do like to keep putting these away as I'm doing things, just so that I don't lose track of anything. I'm going to stamp my Happy Easter on. You can do your card in a variety of ways, whatever you dream up of. And I'm going to put it on a little bit of an angle here. Make sure I get the card though. There we go. So there. 3 things stamped on the one little 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 piece. Whoop. And while I'm stamping, I think I'm just going to continue on and do the other one. So I'll just leave that one there for a moment, bring in my other white piece, and my sentiment for the inside here will go on here. So let's see. I think we'll do Enjoy the Little Moments on this one. Just have to find it. Nope, not that one. Is it this one? Yes. Enjoy all the little moments. Okay. Oop, don't want to drop that. There. So that one is done. Just leave that kind of over here for a moment. Bring in some coloring tools. Color this little bunny. And carrot. Won't take very long. Sometimes I use my blends for blending the different colors. This time I'm just actually going to use it as my coloring tools because they're small and I just like doing the coloring on these guys. Be interested to see what other people make and post and see what they all look like. Oh, I think I'll do my little ears first. I always like to give him a little bit of pink in his ear. Actually, I use the nib end first here for going around his ear. Give him a bit of a gray bunny with some white and a white tail. Now I can't tell, even on my phone, I don't know if anybody's actually commenting, and if you are, I'm sorry I can't reply because it's not working. But if you have any questions, even later, then feel free to put them down and I will watch and try to answer your questions. I hope you do try this card. You can always stop and start the video if I've gone too quickly for you. That's the beauty of it being like this. Sorry, I can't look up and coloring. Coloring my little bunny here. That's the nice thing too about these. They have the nib end, and right now I'm using more of the painted. You can kind of see it's longer. And then there's the little nib end. I tend to use the nib, I tend to use the nib most of the time, but for this bunny, kind of like doing him with the little paintbrush end. Just have to watch what I'm doing here. At least I don't have anything I'm going to throw tonight or this afternoon like last night. That was kind of funny. Wasn't expecting that to happen. All the names went flying right across my desk everywhere. I did get them all back in though. Almost finished. I tried to pick something as well that I wouldn't be a long time boring you as I'm coloring. There. And then just because I want to, pull my Wink of Stella in here, one of our favorite tools, or not tools, but glitter pens. And these won't be available for a while yet. Apparently everybody on the earth right now likes Wink of Stella, so they're getting their supplies again, but they're saying that they'll probably come back by the end of May, so that's nice. So I guess I'll have to be careful with using my Wink of Stella. Okay, and now this little one here is going to go on to the front. Just got some glue in my finger. Just hold that down and you can center it right into the middle there. If you have gems, you can always put some gems on as well if you like. So far, one thing left to do, and that's all. So what I like to do with this, so this one here is going to go in here. I'm just going to put it there for a moment. And then this one's going to go over top, maybe down just a little bit. So if you position it and you see that when you open or close it, it's hiding. That's the idea. So very carefully open that. What I like to do, oops, it moved it just a little bit there, is I like to take just a pencil and just give a couple of little lines above and below, so that now I can take this off and I'm going to place it inside my pencil marks. I just find for myself that works the best. Oh, my glue doesn't want to come out. There we go. Nope. Now I'll come bring my card back here a little closer so I can see those pencil marks and just place it inside those marks. I think I have that straight. Then when I close it, you can't see it. Let that glue dry, and then I take my eraser and just get rid of the pencil marks. And there you have it, a cute little fun fold. Another Easter card that I have now. Kind of like the colors on this one too, just nice and springy and very Eastery looking. What do you think? So there you have it. And like I said, I would give you the direction or the instructions, the dimensions. And there they are, just there. So it's, I'll just leave that there for a moment, and then you can write that down if you like. And then this way you can actually come back to it and see it and screenshot it. So your base is this part, and that's where it's scored to get all these areas here. DSP is designer series paper, which was my large sheet at the beginning, which I just cut these pieces. And my white, of course, they were just plain white when I cut them. And the other piece of cardstock is the middle part here that was cut at 3 by 6 and scored at 3. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to see any comments, and I'm not sure how many people have even watched, but that's okay. Catch the replay, enjoy, and be sure to post all of your pictures so that I can see what you've done. Have a wonderful afternoon and the rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Bye now.